Continue ahead to begin your franchise. Use the options on the left to edit league settings or change your role to a player or owner. Up next, it's the reigning Offensive Rookie of the Year, Justin Herbert, taking on Defensive Rookie of the Year, Chase Young. LA and Washington are set to kick off the season, and it's coming your way next on EA Sports.
This building holds just north of 80,000, and they have come out in very good numbers today at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. They love their football in this part of the country, and this crowd is ready to go as their guys will match up with the Los Angeles Chargers. Again, everyone, Brandon Garden, so happy to be with you to kick off this much-anticipated 2021 season. With me in the booth as we begin our sixth season together is, of course, Charles Davis. And, CD, so much to watch for coming up. What are you keeping an eye on?
Well, Brandon, I'm ecstatic to be back with you, of course, and we've got a good one right here out of the gates. I'm interested in seeing some of the changes in 2021. Running backs and wideouts, even linebackers wearing single-digit numbers. But even more than that, I want to see the changes defenses have made, because last year we averaged 49.6 points per game. That's the highest ever by 3 full points. Can these defenses make an adjustment and start to catch up?
Yeah, passer rating, CD, an all-time high. Completion percentage, also an all-time high. So as you said, will those numbers continue to climb northward, or will the defenses adjust? Dustin Hopkins has it on the tee, and here we go from our nation's capital. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger offense readying for their first possession, and it's Justin Herbert at the helm in his second season now out of Oregon.
About the only thing that didn't go right for Justin Herbert in his rookie season, the team's overall record. The Offensive Rookie of the Year in the NFL was the fourth rookie with over 4,000 yards passing, just 38 yards short of the rookie record set by Andrew Luck in 2012. In addition, he set the single-season record for passing touchdowns by a rookie with 31, breaking the mark of Cleveland's Baker Mayfield. This young man's potential, limitless. That's why so many people wanted to be the next head coach of the Los Angeles Chargers and help open up the stadium big in 2021.
From the 31, Herbert. And brought in by the tight end Cook. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Herbert hooking up with Cook for an LA first. On first down, it's Herbert. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. To just 4, second down. Charles, we get a look at the draft class here for this team. What do you think?
Well, I think for the most part, I do like what they did, because to me, they got some solid players in the early rounds. And then if I'm correct in my evaluation, they got some great value in the later rounds as well.
From the 45 on second down, Herbert. And this is incomplete. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. They tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
9 yards on the play and a first down. Running on first down, Eckler. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
I know the speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on second down and 11.
from the shotgun. Here's Herbert. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Herbert with a connection to Allen for a Charger first down. Herbert. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Well, this crowd does not like that call.
Understandable reaction from them. That's their team that the penalty's going against. But you and I both know they're going to take care of the quarterback.
On first down, Justin Herbert. He'll drop this one off to Eckler. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. Here's Herbert. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on third down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. Back to throw here, Herbert. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19.
It's up how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on third down. Bailey's kick is good. And the Chargers grab themselves a 3-0 lead. Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Washington offense about ready to go to work. And at quarterback in his 17th season now in the NFL, piloting his 9th different franchise, it's Ryan Fitzpatrick.
He's one of those guys that's been around the block a few times in the NFL. And at this stage in his career, what he lacks in big playability, he more than makes up for it in veteran leadership, a real knowledge of the game, and being a terrific locker room presence.
First carry for the Memphis man, Antonio Gibson. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
Made the quick throw there outside the numbers, and you can feel the thought process. They just wanted to get in his hands and let him make a play. But how about the job they did defensively to keep him bottled up? Instead, they tackle him for a loss.
An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on third. To throw is Fitzpatrick. And down he goes. Fitzpatrick sacked. The sack by big number 98, Linval Joseph. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
And this came from the interior of the defensive line. And these guys, they're normally anchors of that spot. And they don't often get clear shots at the quarterback. But in this case, he got past the center and the guard in no time and got there to make the play.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. Breaks through the contact. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Chargers will be set up pretty well as they take over in great field position. The Chargers get set to go here for their second drive. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around. 1st and 10. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
And Mike Williams was a 1,000-yard receiver in 2019 and had to battle through some bumps and bruises in 2020. He's known for his big plays downfield, but he also can make the dependable catch as well.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. It was Jonathan Bostic there on the stop. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Herbert has it knocked free.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. Here's Herbert. Throw left side complete. That's Williams. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. On 4th down, here's Matt Bosher on the punt. Greg Stroman back deep for Washington. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They went 3 and out on their first drive of the new season. Not an ideal beginning as they start drive number 2, 1st and 10. They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down. After 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up. Fitzpatrick to throw it. Flush to his right. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Calvin Harmon, the man he was looking for, and it's 3rd down.
Many times when a play breaks down and the quarterback's moving around outside of the pocket, you're thinking just get rid of something short. But a lot of guys are coached, think deep, take the big shot, hoping someone can get lost behind the secondary. They weren't able to connect on that one.
Got an open man, it's Harmon. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
That's a play that'll likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Fitzpatrick going to give to Gibson. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Second and 11 now. Throwing Fitzpatrick. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Harmon. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Now, that last pass CD, he just added another notch to the old belt. What a career it's been. He's over 35,000 career passing yards now.
And when you say that number, over 35,000 yards, how many people have done that prior to him?
Right around 30.
Boy, that's a pretty good number. Now you're into a membership that means you've done a heck of a job in this league for a decent amount of time. You're recognized as one of the better players.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Fitzpatrick now from the 50. And Thomas has it. Fitzpatrick to his tight end Thomas for the Washington first.
Logan Thomas experienced a breakout season last year at the age of 29. Converted from playing quarterback, he finished 3rd among tight ends with 72 catches, and it certainly looks like his future is awfully bright.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd and 9, Fitzpatrick. Oh, that's into a sea of... It's Chris Harris with a pick, and he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. Well, certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were a nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field, guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do, and gives them a chance to react and make a play on the football, and they take one of those away.
L.A. set to take over again on offense. Well, what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here on the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position after a turnover. I think I might have a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of coaches will tell you, you only do it if you trust the guy who's got the football in his hands. Meaning, if it's not there, he won't force it downfield and maybe turn into an interception. He'll go to the check down, go to a second option, and go ahead and take the play that's in front of him.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Herbert throwing the out route incomplete. That's Cook. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
2nd and 12. Herbert now. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. Allen, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Washington ready to try again on offense. And there are parts of their last drive Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
But now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Oh, Thomas unable to reel that one in, and it's second down. Working out of the gun, Fitzpatrick taking a shot for Samuel. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. And now following the incomplete pass, we'll get a timeout here for an injured player. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. Four minutes to play here in quarter number 2. On third down, Fitzpatrick. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's fourth down. Here's Tressway now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Chargers ready to take over. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Jalen Guyton, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down. Now it's Herbert. This is swung out to Eckler. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. From the gun, Herbert. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Benjamin St. Just. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. Wow, so wipe out the INT roughing the passer. What a disaster.
An absolute disaster, and you hope their lockers are not right next to each other for the postgame. Safe to say one is not buying the other dinner.
And that is incomplete. So, CD, big changes for 2021. Of course, last year we had the expansion from 6 to 7 teams in each conference making the playoffs. This year, the headline, the addition of a 17th regular season game. What did you think when you heard the news that this was happening?
Well, my first thought, partner, was finally, because we've heard about a 17th game coming for a long time, and now here it is. So the beautiful part about all of it is that 17th game is going to be like these interdivision, interconference type games that are going to match up and play out over a 4-year period. And that's kind of cool. And I was looking forward to seeing some of the matchups that were going to come out of that for that 17th game. And could that be the game that decides a bunch of division titles?
Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Here's Matt Bosher now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And the Washington offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. Curtis Samuel and the rest of the offense heading back out there now. Hasn't had his best day to this point here in the second quarter. They're losing. You got to think, though, that also means that maybe the defense doing a good job on him. There's 2 sides to that coin.
I would agree, so you have to give them credit, but that means you've got to find a way to beat that defense and make sure one of your top playmakers touches the football and has an impact on the game. change formations, change where he lines up, put him in motion, anything possible to shake him free.
Maybe that greater impact comes here on this drive.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Second quarter, 2 minutes remain, 3-0 our score. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line. And that now 2 interceptions thrown in the second quarter.
And you know, a lot of people look at these guys and they think to themselves that maybe, possibly, they're still thinking about the first one. And they probably are. I think in this case, he's just trying to atone for the first interception. Tried a little bit too hard, maybe forced it a bit, and instead created a second one.
Now Herbert following the turnover. Herbert has it knocked free. And does Washington have it? They do. The defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there, though? So much going on, so much swirling around. He's trying to find someone downfield. He's trying to move around to find an open target. Sometimes you forget the number one thing: take care of the football.
A good starting spot for Washington as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And some room to maneuver. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Good work after the catch gets him 15 and a first down.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
Off the play fake to Gibson. Fitzpatrick. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Fitzpatrick now. Thomas has got it. Complete. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Fitzpatrick again. He'll go underneath with this one to McKissick. No gain at all on the play there, and that brings up 4th. Now Fitzpatrick. That's to his running back, complete. And he's able to get it to the 33, good enough for a first down. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. Curtis Samuel, the intended target, but it'll be 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Fitzpatrick. Flushed out right. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. Thomas, the intended target, and now it's 3rd down. Now Fitzpatrick being chased out left. That's into the hands of his tight end Bates. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. Final play of the half, Fitzpatrick to the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. Looking to go back to Thomas again, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball.
Looking and finding Thomas in the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Logan Thomas in the final seconds of the first half. And Washington has taken the lead. So that really an almost perfect drive as they chew up some clock and wind up scoring late in this first half.
And remember, they've got a chance to double dip here because they're going to get the ball first to start the third quarter. So the potential could go up 2 scores before the other guys get a chance to do anything.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. Oh, a good return up past the 30. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. We begin in Atlanta. 2 rookie head coaches squaring off in the season opener. Nick Sirianni of Philadelphia taking on Arthur Smith in Atlanta. And as they come towards halftime, it's the Eagles who have the lead in that one. Travis Fulgham, a touchdown reception. We'll stay in the NFC South. We head to Carolina to check on the Panthers. And they have the lead over the visiting New York Jets. Sam Darnold has a couple of touchdown passes. Lastly, we head to the Gulf Coast and check on the Bucs at home in Tampa. And they were winners in their ball game over the visiting Dallas Cowboys. Tom Brady, 2 touchdown passes as his guys are able to get the victory in their season opener. With that, we take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Chargers. And they did not do much at all in terms of throwing the football in those first 2 quarters. That's going to need to improve if they want to erase this deficit. Meanwhile, for Washington, they had a little more success than their counterparts did in the passing game, as evidenced by the numbers there. It's a new season, so both of these coaching staffs likely making plenty of adjustments after that first half of football. So for the call of the second half here in Week 1, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And he returns this to the 22.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
The Washington offense ready to go to begin the third quarter. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. The big man, Jarrell Casey, in on the stop. Fitzpatrick. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Kyler Fackrell, the linebacker. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. He is a difference maker at the linebacker position. He had a pick 6 last year, remember it. But it's different for those guys, isn't it, than a corner or a safety?
It certainly is, because sometimes they're pattern reading, seeing what the receivers are doing. Sometimes they're spot dropping, just getting to a place on the field and finding the quarterback and going to the ball. But remember this, these linebackers, at one time in their life, a lot of them were running backs. And they love having the ball back in their hands and making big moves towards the end zone.
Extra point up and good by Bailey. And the lead is now 10-7. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded just outside the goal line. Now a hit and a loose football. And picked up by the Chargers. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
How many times in the course of a game do you talk about momentum plays? And I think we just saw one there.
Absolutely.
Just scored, right?
Just took the lead.
Just took the lead, went downfield, got the ball free again, and picked it up. They got a chance to really get the momentum on their side now.
And now they'll try to pile on. On first down, Justin Herbert. He's got a man. That's Keenan Allen. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. That'll be complete to Cook. Touchdown, Chargers. Jared Cook. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Chargers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Bailey now for the extra point. It's good to make it 17-7. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded right around the 8. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Another drive coming up for this Washington offense. They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive 1st and 10. From the gun, Fitzpatrick. He'll get this into the hands of Antonio Gibson.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down. They go play action. Fitzpatrick. That's complete to his tight end, Seals Jones. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. So that one a disaster. A big loss there with second down coming up. Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
Throwing on second and long. Fitzpatrick. He'll air this out deep for Harmon. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Well, Charles, he's thrown 5 picks in a game before. And right now, after that one, he's standing on number 4.
And right now, your defensive coordinator is asking the offense coordinator, can you do anything to slow this down? Because my guys have to keep running back out on the field. So play calling may come into it a little bit, maybe run the ball a little bit more. But a lot of it depends on the scoreboard. They may have to keep throwing it.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 38. They started on the ground with Eckler, and they will only muster a yard here to the 38. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Once more, here's Eckler. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
On the screen, this is Eckler. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Here's Matt Bosher now as he's on to punt for L.A. And this will do the job nicely as that'll be out of bounds just inside the 10-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
They want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. Play action now. Fitzpatrick. Buying time to his left. That's Samuel, caught left side. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down. Fitzpatrick to throw it. He'll air this out deep for Harmon. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds. Touchdown, Washington. Well, not many folks would jump straight to Ryan Fitzpatrick when you talk about strong-arm quarterbacks, but if he's lasted this long, and he has, he's got to be doing something right.
And I'm telling you, nothing will let up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
And the final number of the next-gen stats, that ball traveling a full 59 yards through the air. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Joe Reed returning. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The attention shifts back to Justin Herbert and the Chargers offense. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because, as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
Now, he'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. Over the middle, it's Jared Cook. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger 1st down. On the give, this is Eckler. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Open man is Trey Burton. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Herbert now. And brought in by the tight end Cook. And he is going to have the Chargers first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They go back to the ground now with Eckler. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, that kind of hit will certainly fire up your team both on the field and on the sideline. Tackles for lost yardage, they're always welcome.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Here's Herbert. This one into the hands of Burton. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now at FedEx Field. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. And Eckler will not get there. Great defense at the point of attack. Going to stop him short of the first down. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the 4th quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production. But how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
And Bailey able to knock it through. And they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now. So that gets him a little bit of breathing room, but not much. And you have to think back to the field goal that he missed earlier. This would be a 2-score game right now if he had converted then.
And if you and I are thinking about it, you know he is as well, because in the back of his mind, he's thinking, I hope I get one more shot in an important spot. He just made that one. He wants one more later to truly make up for the earlier miss.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Fitzpatrick now to throw on first down. That's caught by Sims. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 23 yards, the final tally. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Here's Fitzpatrick. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. Washington on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It can be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at their own 44. He'll hand off here to Eckler. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Herbert. Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. Well, it's been a little bit of feast or famine because he's thrown for decent yardage, and obviously they've got the lead, Charles, but now he's been sacked 4 times.
And what I'm focusing on is his toughness in the pocket, because you mentioned the feast or famine part. He's played well in between being dumped on his back, but every time he's had a chance to throw the football, he's been impressive.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Here's Herbert. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
Here's Matt Bosher now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. That one caught by the tight end Bates. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. And his throw here's incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
And he finds Seals Jones complete. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the 1st down. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. Again, it's Fitzpatrick. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. No gain, and it's 2nd down. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on 2nd down. They'll run with McKissick, running right through him. 10 yards there, good for a Washington 1st down. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Off the play fake to Gibson. Fitzpatrick sliding out of the pocket. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
On 2nd and 10, Fitzpatrick. A throw with a flat here from McKissick. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, who watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Now Fitzpatrick. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Good hands there defensively, and it's 2nd down.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
And that's complete. It's Sims. 11 more yards there. This methodical drive continues. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. And this one is incomplete.
Similar to a shooter in basketball who just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. To the air again, Fitzpatrick. And that's complete to Gandy Golden. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through, picking up the first. Fitzpatrick. Escaping the pressure right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's Fitzpatrick. Eluding the pressure right. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Now Fitzpatrick. Throw right side, going to be caught by Seals-Jones. Touchdown, Washington. Ricky Seals-Jones from 3 yards out. And now Washington a PAT away from taking the lead. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And that is going to put them up by 1, and it sets us up for quite a finish here. So that, amazingly, a 17-play drive. And the result, a touchdown for Washington. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Here's Reed returning. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Herbert and the Chargers down 21-20. A minute 55 remaining. This is only week 1 of the season, folks. Get strapped in as they come up here 1st and 10. Herbert. And that's caught by Williams. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. First play of the drive going for 14 and a 1st down. Throwing, Herbert. On the screen, this is Eckler. That catch good for only a couple. Clock running, about to hit 90 seconds to go in the game. Herbert going to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Now Herbert. He's got Eckler. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important fourth down. He's going to let it fly. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Mike Williams, 60 yards. And the Chargers are going to retake the lead. Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his second season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook. Not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
So now a big play coming up as the Chargers are going to go for two. They're going to try and run. And he will get into the end zone for the 2 points. And that helps. That gives them a 7-point lead. Only had a couple of yards to gain there on the 2-point conversion, and they were able to do it.
And how many teams shy away from running the football in the 2-point conversion? They treat 2 yards as if it were 20. If you're a good team running the ball, go to your strength. Go ahead and push it into the end zone.
Yeah, they did. It worked. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And now it's Washington's turn, trailing by a touchdown. 1:15 remaining. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down. Now Fitzpatrick. Throw left side complete. That's Harmon. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. A gain of 6 there on first. Here's Fitzpatrick. Got McKissick. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. Fitzpatrick to throw. Pass complete. Thomas. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. 3 yards remain for second down. Fitzpatrick. Catch is made. It's Harmon. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down. Fitzpatrick to throw. And he'll go underneath with this one to McKissick. That catch good for only a couple. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. Now Fitzpatrick. That's out to the flat for Gibson. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on third down. Fitzpatrick. He'll air this one out deep for Sims. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's throwing it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions, and that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on fourth down. Desperation time. Fitzpatrick on fourth down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And defensively, that might just seal a Week 1 victory. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They go down to a knee, and the new campaign off to a good start. It's a win here in Week 1. So this one's over. It's in the win column for the LA Chargers. And, partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, you know, it's preseason. This is Week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Yeah, real football.
Not preseason football, where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play, and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys from the first whistle.
Yeah, I tuned you out in the preseason. And now I'm listening to you. So, for the Chargers, it was a hard-fought game, and they'll exit 1-0 as they win by a touchdown. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Big D to take on the Cowboys. Meanwhile, for Washington, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they will be at home next week to take on the New York Giants.
Coming up, Washington hosts New York as the Giants seek their 6th straight win in the series. Can the football team snap the 5-game losing streak? Find out next on Thursday night.
We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. The enthusiasm for football here on the East Coast always in the air. These folks are ready as their guys get set to match up with the New York Giants. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Washington team as they interplay here. They come in off a loss in the season opener, which doubled as the home opener.
And when you lose that way, at home, season opener, it almost feels like 2 losses. So it's a big fight to get yourselves ready to go to play the next week.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Giants, they were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row. And
what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that 2nd win in a row.
Into the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. The Giants ready to go to work on offense and leading them out, their 3rd-year quarterback from Duke, Daniel Jones.
And he certainly had his share of struggles in the opener, threw a couple of ill-timed interceptions in the game. So that was something that was harped upon all week in practice. Because if he's going to help this team be a winning one, he can't give the football away like he did last week.
Now Jones. That's complete to Slayton. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Get ready.
Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Muscles him off. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you know, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
On 2nd down and 4. Jones in trouble here, and down he goes. Montez Sweat in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. Now, the number 1 mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
And it appears that this was just a letdown from the offensive line, but they do have a tough job because if you're a big tackle out there on the perimeter, sometimes you don't have the agility to keep up with the defensive end who's looking to wreak havoc in the backfield, and he got there and put his man on the ground.
Got a man, Slayton. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant 1st down. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. They'll run with a former Badger. It's Corey Clement. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Throwing Jones. Catch made by Slayton. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Another good completion on the drive as the Giants have a first down. Looking to throw. Jones. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
And we always say, and I absolutely believe it, Evan Ingram is a wide receiver in a tight end's frame. 63 catches last year, en route to his first Pro Bowl nomination.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Evan Ingram was the intended target, but it's going to be second down. And as a first-rounder, a lot of eyes on him, a lot of expectations.
And he has to play well in his rookie year. Those days of coddling guys and bringing them along slowly, those days are long gone. When you're drafted in the first round, they expect you to play right away. And the community's eyes and fan base, they'll be on you the entire way.
They added a lot of talent to a roster that really needed an infusion of youth. They got a very good infusion of youth.
And they didn't really reach to get anyone as well. They stuck to their draft philosophy, got the best players they could at the time they were drafting, and inserted them into their lineup.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Gano's kick is good. And the Giants are off now to a 3-0 lead. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
Taken at the goal line. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Washington offense about ready to go to work. And at quarterback in his 17th season now in the NFL, piloting his 9th different franchise, it's Ryan Fitzpatrick.
And he comes off a tough opening matchup. Threw way too many interceptions in that game. Definitely not the way you want to kick off a new season. So he said to himself, I've got to throw that game out. I'm going to get a fresh start right here in week 2.
And a dangerous throw there on the drop-off. Incomplete, nearly intercepted. Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It's a first down for Washington on a pickup of 11. To throw is Fitzpatrick. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. From the gun, Fitzpatrick. A throw to the flat here from McKissick. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Fitzpatrick again. To the right side and complete to Thomas. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The Washington passing game dialed in now. It's a first down. Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard. Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not.
That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
So the drive takes them into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 47.
Off the play fake to Gibson. Fitzpatrick.
That's complete to his tight end, Seals Jones. A gain of 6 there on first. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
The freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night. Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Working out of the gun, Fitzpatrick. He'll let this go for the end zone.
And this is dropped. Oh, boy. A chance for a big play early, but he could not secure it.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. It's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
They'll run for the first time with Antonio Gibson.
And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Dexter Lawrence that time in on the stop.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Fitzpatrick. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, this defense for the Giants, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
And this is dropped. Oh, boy. A chance for a big play early, but he could not secure it.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
4th down, Fitzpatrick. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown. Graham Gano on for the extra point. He's got it, and now it's a 10-0 lead here in the opening quarter. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone.
And he's going to be taken down on what will be the final play of this first quarter.
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest. They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down. They'll sneak it with Fitzpatrick. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed, he did not. They stop him. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So they take a big chance here in their own territory. And you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, normally we focus on the media, right? The social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room? Because I think the team's going to look at him like, Coach, why would we go for it there? I mean, no confidence in the defense. You don't like the punter. I mean, what's going on here? You owe us some explanations.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Back to throw. Jones. Finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. Looking to throw. Jones. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Off the edge, the sack by Matt Ioannidis.
And this offensive line, as we all remember, allowed 50 sacks last year. Tied for the 2nd most in the NFL. They vowed new techniques, a few new players, but so far, not quite getting it done.
Gano's kick is right through. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. The Washington offense heading out. Losers in the season opener on Sunday. They get that quick turnaround 96 hours later. Here we go. They're back at it. And I've got to think, especially early in the year, that's a good thing for these guys, is it not?
It absolutely is. And we've seen it many times demonstrated over the years. Teams have a rough opening game, have to play the Thursday game. That quick turnaround allows them to go ahead and throw the other game out, focus on the new one, and typically they play much better in game 2. So I would agree with you totally on that.
An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. On 1st and 10, Fitzpatrick. Over the middle, he gets it to Gibson. Not much there, only a yard.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Oh, he fakes the spike. He'll dump that off to Gibson, complete. 6 yards on the pickup, and just like that, it's 3rd down. Fitzpatrick now from the 50. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And it's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
So now the Giants set to take over on offense. Last week they defeated the Broncos, and they've got the lead here as well as they work with a 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Tackle made by Chase Young. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Operating from the gun, Jones. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Golladay. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
And the Giants needed and went out and got a bona fide #1 receiver in Kenny Golladay from Detroit, where he spent 4 seasons and twice went over 1,000 yards. He'll really help the young quarterback, Daniel Jones.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's a give to Barkley. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6. A handoff to Barkley. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. And he will have a Giants first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2.
Nice job there finding room to maneuver, and he worked his way into another first down. And look, they had great field position to start, but boy, they've done a nice job taking advantage of it.
Now they're just hoping to cap it off. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. A first down carry for Barkley. Barkley hit and the ball pops free. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
That's our ball, baby. Going the other way.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he just throw the ball away, and he winds up only picking up a yard or 2.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now Fitzpatrick. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. From the shotgun, it's Fitzpatrick. Got an open man, it's Harmon. That catch good for only a couple. Clock running as Washington will try and hurry up. To throw again on 2nd down. Fitzpatrick. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. They'll throw again. Fitzpatrick. Completes it to Samuel. 8 yards there and a first down. Fitzpatrick, the old war horse, getting everybody up to the line quickly. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. As the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. From the 36, Fitzpatrick. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. 3 first-half interceptions now, and Charles, you'd have to think a fair amount of concern is developing over there on that sideline.
And there should be, because essentially he's been a little loose and possibly reckless with the football here in the first half. Now, maybe it's not all on him, but still 3 interceptions. That puts the entire team in jeopardy. So The play caller from here on out, got to design some throws for him that he can complete, keep it away from the defense, and try and get him back on track.
Just 18 seconds remain till halftime as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And he's going to have a 1st down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run.
And you're not! And you're not! I told you.
So we come upon halftime here with the visiting Giants out on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a moment. But first, the NFL season is in full swing. Let's show the good folks what we've got in store for us later this weekend here in Week 2. In that 1 o'clock time frame, a lot to choose from. But let's highlight the game in Philadelphia. A big one for the Eagles, as they'll have to contend with the San Francisco 49ers. Plenty to like about the late afternoon games as well. As you see by the highlight, these guys are in for a battle, taking on the Dallas Cowboys. Then on Sunday night, 2 of the best in the AFC linking up in Week 2. Chiefs and Ravens from Baltimore at 8:20 Eastern. With that, let's get a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Giants. And there were a few factors as to why they built this good-size advantage, but the rushing numbers were not all that amazing. We'll see if they can pick it up in the second half. Meanwhile, for Washington, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football, and they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break. Both teams currently making their final adjustments. We're getting ready for the second half. So we'll send it back up to FedEx Field and hand things back over to Brandon Gott.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Second half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. And that first half was nothing short of a disaster. 0 points on the scoreboard and a big 3 in the INT column.
So they've got to get him going, obviously, right? So you've got to get him in rhythm. And we always think of short passes. I think of jet sweeps where they just kind of toss the ball forward. You know, that counts as a forward pass. And then you can say to him, look at that. You completed 3, 4, 5 in a row. Now you've got to get your confidence going.
They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. Here's Fitzpatrick. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Fitzpatrick. And he fires one, but incomplete.
I'm going to hit you all day.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
And they're going to go for this. Just 1 for 3 so far on 4th down tries. They're trying again. Now a pass hauled in downfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. They go for it on 4th down, and it pays off big time as they pick up 29.
And that's a big pickup of a 1st down. And you know that sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on fourth down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. So the drive takes them into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. And for the 4th time.